Good morning, evening, or afternoon, everybody. It's Kaghoe coming at you with another video. So today I wanted to take the time to ask one great looming question to you guys. And do you think that Phase 4 will save SoD? And I've been putting a ton of thought into this. I've obviously been covering SoD, and I've tried to be as positive as I possibly can. But I also, as a creator, want to hold Blizzard accountable, to point out their mistakes, because I think it's important to also see what's gone wrong in order to make a fantastic Phase 4. And I think that pause has been just that. They're slowing down so then they can get the things right and they can learn from the disaster that was Phase 3. But before we get in the video, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Everything you guys do helps my channel grow, helps me get discovered, and helps me help as many people as possible, which is the entire point of my channel. So without further ado, let's get into the video. So with Phase 3 in SoD right now, we are at an all-time low as far as players are at, the people playing the game. And I think Phase 3 being so rough and being so long has been the reason why. Now, there's been a few things that they really messed up in Phase 3. I think the two biggest mistakes were incursions at the launch of the game and being so overwhelmingly good, and even still being so good, because from level 25 to 50 you are farming the best gold per hour, the best XP per hour, and it is a required rep for a rune at friendly and even gear for your new character to catch up on, because you won't be full BRD or BFD or Nomergon geared. So those are just, it's just so overwhelmingly good that it kind of killed the world and people went after it. Now, the second biggest mistake I think they made was jumping down to 20-man, or I guess jumping up to 20-man raids for Sunken Temple so early. I think while it on paper it looks like a great idea, because they announced at the same time that Molten Core in Phase 4 is going to be a 20-man raid. They are going to be changing it up so they can make it more enjoyable. Instead of having to organize and gather 40 men together for a raid, it just makes it really, really difficult. And so with all those things, it looked like a good idea, but I think people have been struggling to sort of pug Sunken Temple. And because it's 20-man, it makes the mechanics even more difficult and challenging, so people are unable to really sort of gather a group to get that done and just go in there and do it like you could with BFD and Nomergon. So those are where Phase 3 sort of faltered, in my opinion, the most. However, I do think that there is hope for Phase 4, and I have been so excited, and I've been speculating a lot on Phase 4, and, the other day we got told in a week from now, sometime next week, we're going to be getting some true Phase 4 knowledge, and I am so happy for that, because it gives us a timeline, it gives us something to look forward to. We know that the darkest hour of Season of Discovery is almost over, and so the biggest positives that give me hope as a player is that the devs are communicating to us why we delayed, and the reasons for it, and that being obviously Kata launch and making Kata be smooth is huge, and a lot of people that play SoD play Cataclysm. It is all under the classic project umbrella, so them, obviously it seems a little wrong, but it gives them more time to continue to work on Season of Discovery Phase 4, to make that gear overhaul awesome, to make the other things that they've announced really, really good. And I am super stoked for that, especially if they are even going to continue the tuning down. Like, maybe they make ZG a 10-man. Maybe they make BWL a 20-man. Maybe they make AQ and Nax a 20-man. Maybe we get new content, like a dungeon, a raid, a zone. But we'll talk about that in a bit. Another thing is that we are getting a PTR for Season of Discovery, and I think that'll help have a clean launch, because Phase 2 launch was pretty bumpy, and the STV event was wild and unfun with a few things, and they refined the crap out of it for the next weekend, but that first weekend of P2 launch, that sowed doubt in a lot of people's head. They're like, ugh, that was not enjoyable at all, but they heard us and they did it, and I think a PTR would have helped a lot with that and actually testing that event on a massive scale. Then Phase 3 launch, incursions were an absolute disaster. They scaled terribly with the buff, and I think a quick PTR test of them would have gone miles into making them a better, more enjoyable thing for the player base, because I think incursions are the most hated thing that Blizzard's ever added to Season of Discovery and Classic WoW. And now, I think for Phase 4, the biggest, most craziest thing that they can do, and I cannot emphasize this enough, is if they announce that there will be a new raid, a new zone, or a new dungeon. Any new content will be a huge win, even if it's just announced. Say you're getting Karazhan Crypt, say you're getting the Scarlet Citadel raid, say we are going to Gilneas, we're opening it up for you, we're going to Mount Hyjal, we're going to Oldham, we're going to the Dragon Isles, we're going to Quel'Thalas, there's going to be Blood Elves, there's going to be Worgen, there's going to be just anything on, an alternate timeline, so you don't mess with the retail lore or the game that's gone, and then you can just open it up to tell infinite stories that are completely different. Like, what if the Blood Elves are just evil? What if Kael'thas is ruler of Silvermoon and he doesn't leave for Outland, and we go in and we have to do a raid on Silvermoon City? Playing Warcraft 3 inspired a lot of those ideas for me, as well as seeing what you guys have to say. But I truly think that can be the single biggest thing they can do. And say it's coming in a year. Like, you don't even have to say, oh, it's coming right now. You don't have to rush it out. Take the time to develop it, because once we hit max level for SoD, the max level content is set in stone, We're getting MC, we're getting BWL, we're going to ZG, then we're getting AQ, and then we are getting Naxxramas. So, that is months and months of content that we get to sit here and experience in Season of Discovery. That'll be way different than any classic WoW that I have ever played. So ultimately, what I think it comes down to is, with the rapid pace of the content, things were bound to be broken. We saw an amazing Phase 1. Phase 1 was probably some of the best WoW I've played, other than the launch of Classic WoW in 2019. I think that'll always be such a great memory for me. And then I think we had a pretty solid Phase 2 launch. The PvP event was pretty bad, but other than that, they got that nipped in the butt, and they carried that out pretty awesome in the future, and it is a still fun event to do here in Phase 3. But then I think we saw a very unstable and divisive Phase 3, as well as a very extended Phase 3, and so I think the devs have taken the time to pause, say, look, we messed up, let's see what is so hated, what we got wrong, what isn't going to work, and then we can craft an amazing Phase 4. And, well, if they fail ultimately, well, SoD's at a record low right now, so it can't get really much worse. I guess everyone could stop playing it on all servers, but compared to what it was, it kind of already feels like that. So I'm hopeful. I'm looking to the future. I believe in these devs, because I think they are some of the best devs I've ever seen in WoW. They're very communicative. They're on top of it, and I praise the Classic team every time I can. And, obviously I have been critical of Phase 3 here in this video, and I will call them out on that. But generally, I want to have hope that they can learn from their mistakes, and they can truly make an amazing Phase 4. And, that's where I'm at, and I hope you guys share that sentiment. But if you don't, tell me why. I look forward to sort of reading your comments. But until next time, guys, that's it for this video. I hope you have a great day, and I'll see you later. Bye-bye. If you made it to the end of this video, thank you so much for watching. It truly means a lot to me. If you happen to find anyone that you know would also benefit from watching this video, please share it with them. It helps me out a ton and allows me to keep doing what I love every single day, and that is gaming and sort of helping people any way that I can. So finally, thank you so much, and I hope you have a fantastic day. Goodbye.